The New York Jets and the Baltimore Colts played a remarkable game last week. Remarkable if only because Joe Namath completed 15 passes for 496 yards and 6 touchdowns to ransack Baltimore's hallowed zone, which to an old cornerback like myself sounds almost sacrilegious.
The quaint high tops and bandy legs of Johnny Unitas, articles of sports memorabilia, thought to be obsolete beside Joe Willie's white shoes. With difficult seasons behind them, two of pro football's most storied passers met before a capacity crowd in Baltimore's Memorial Stadium. A perfect setting for a fine afternoon filled with flying footballs. But when the air cleared, the game exceeded everyone's expectations. To begin his memorable debut in Baltimore, Joe Namath found Eddie Bell for a 65-yard touchdown play. When Bobby Howfield missed the conversion, the Jets settled for a 6-0 lead. But John Unitas, looking like the All-Pro of the early 60s, was not about to step aside for Joe Willie's white shoes. And 2 series later, Unitas capped a 9-play drive with a 40-yard flea flicker from Unitas to Matty to Unitas to Havrelak and a 7-6 lead. In the second period, on first down, Namath found John Riggins behind Lonnie Hepburn, and Riggins tied the score at 13 after a 67-yard play. After the Jets were offside on the ensuing kickoff, Don McCauley received at his 7 and burned 93 yards, resetting the Colts' lead at 20-13. Then Joe Willie began undressing the famous Baltimore zone, finding Ed Bell for a 42-yard gain. And on the next play, Namath hit Don Maynard for a 28-yard rip in the seam of the Baltimore zone. Following a fumble, Namath rang up his 3rd touchdown pass in 1 minute and 29 seconds, this time passing 10 yards to Rich Castor. Unitas put the Colts on the comeback trail, hitting Sam Havrelak down the sideline. But the Colts could not score, and Jim O'Brien's field goal attempt from the 19 was wide as the half ended. Beginning the 4th period, the methodical Unitas marshaled a 14-play drive capped by Don McCauley's 1-yard run at left guard, making the score 30-27. But the Jets give it, then Namath taketh away. 1 play later as Joe hit Rich Castor on an 80-yard up for his 5th touchdown pass and a 37-27 lead. Undaunted, Unitas then climaxed a 10-play drive, pitching a 22-yard touchdown pass to Tom Matty as the Colts refused to yield. But one play later, Joe hit Rich Castor over Rex Kern, ending one of pro football's most exciting afternoons. In all, Namath and Unitas netted 822 yards passing, the third highest combined total in NFL records. For Joe Willie, it was a great belated debut in Baltimore. For the Jets, it was their first victory over the Colts since Super Bowl III. After a great struggle, defeat is always the most unpalatable. But this afternoon, this game resulted in more than a loss and a win. This was a victory for pro football, in which the Jets outscored the Colts 44-34.
What a fantastic performance for Joe Willie Whiteshoes. 6 touchdown passes, 496 yards passing, the third highest total in pro football history.
So there really can't be any question about our Best of the Week award this week, Joe Namath of the New York Jets. And Tom, I don't think there probably are better passers or passers who are just as good as he is, but I don't think there's anybody in the game who reads defenses like he does. I think that's really his strong suit.
We have to also give that offensive line a lot of credit. Nobody's getting to those bad knees, and they're keeping him very, very healthy.
Well, he's really the heart and soul of that team, and they know that if they ever lose him, that when they just sort of psychologically give up.
Joe Namath can really fire, there's no doubt about it.